you want, what you want. Come on. What you want. Come on. What you want.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Online Motivation Show with me, Hilman Basri, on the Online Motivation channel. Alright, today we're going to talk about a topic which is very discreet, yet alone it actually can happen to any one of us. Alright, we're going to talk about problems. Alright, most of all, it's not just about problems, but it's how we face with those problems. Okay. Today's takeaway note for this particular video is how to handle your problems and do not face your problem alone. Okay, I repeat again, do not face your problem alone. You see, we are social creatures, right? We need to kind of like interact with other people and other human beings so that, you know, we find resolution to every single thing in life. Okay, from the day we were born, we socialize with our parents, with our mom, with our parents, and then the day we go to school, we socialize with our teachers who teach us certain fundamentals, certain things, so that we will be prepared to enter into the working world. And in the working world, we have colleagues and stuff like that. So it is unavoidable to actually meet with people. Although some might, you know, beg to differ, saying that there are antisocial people around there, they are socially introvert people. But the fact of the matter is, no matter how antisocial, how introvert a person is, they still need to communicate with others. No one in the world lives alone just like that, alright? Unless you are really exceptional in many ways, okay? But in general, people living in the city life, like us, if you're living in Singapore, big cities like New York City and stuff like that, you are always surrounded by people, and people can be your resources on how to handle with every problems that you are facing. You see, today's world, being a social and dynamic, vibrant world out there are helps always required. Okay, the first line of help when you are facing a problem will be your family members, your loved ones. Alright, then the second part will be your friends. Okay, and then if you find that, you know, friends and families still could not, you know, help you so much with this particular problem, then there is always other helps from a third party. Alright, which is counselors, therapists, social workers who are paid or who are trained to help anonymous people and hope for a change to happen. Okay, I'm not saying this because I'm a counselor myself, so therefore I'm promoting my career. No, I'm saying this because I see a lot of people who have various type of problems, challenges, obstacles in their lives every day, and on most accounts, okay, the more they are very resistant to that, showing resistance to that particular idea, to that particular problem, the more they suffer deeply within themselves, emotionally and physically. Okay, I know to actually share a problem with someone will look as if you are vulnerable. Okay, you are weak, you are all the negative things that people will say about you. Okay, and this type of behaviors, this type of characteristic, you try to, you know, have it not kind of like be associated with you. Okay, it's alright to show a bit of weaknesses. I mean, every human being has the weaknesses, right? I have weaknesses. Other people have weaknesses. Even the most powerful man in the world have weaknesses himself. But how open are we to actually declare, to actually share our problems with other people? There's always the other factors. There is always hindering many people, especially egoistic people or people who are living in denial and stuff like that. You see, the whole idea of therapy is only for the sick, the problematic, and the difficult kind of people is very mundane. Today, anyone can seek counseling, anyone can seek therapy. It's for everybody. Okay, the moment I tell people that I'm getting therapy, people will say that I think you need help. It's like kind of like, there's always a negative reaction when people say that they are going for therapy. There's always a negative reaction when people say they are seeking help or consultation from a counselor. But why is that? Why is this thing so bad? Okay, what's so bad about going for counseling? What's so bad about seeking a therapist? I mean, we seek help from doctors when we are sick. What's so bad about that? The thing is, we often think that we are a very perfect human being ourselves. The inner ego or the ultra ego in ourselves often said that we must not show signs of weakness. We must not show that we are vulnerable. Therefore, the idea of seeking help from other people, especially people that we don't know, is not there. Okay, that shows signs of weakness, signs of vulnerability. And I think another factor that makes people not want to seek help from a third party, from someone who they don't really know of, is because they are always afraid to be judged. Okay, judgmental, bias, stereotype, prejudice, all this falls under the category, I call it SPABO DJ, because those acronyms really nicely linked up to make that word. But the thing is, we cannot stop people from, having first impression of us. However, we can always prove to these people who judge us from our exterior look, we can always prove them wrong. Okay, whether or not they wanna see you in that different light after you actually prove them wrong is another thing. Okay, but the thing is, we are afraid to be judged. We are afraid to show that we are vulnerable. We are afraid to show that we are weak. Therefore, we don't seek consultation from other people. See, a lot of times, a lot of problems, you need to actually kind of like, de-stress it by sharing with another person. Okay, no, there is no point, trying to solve a problem where you do not know what is the main source of the particular problem itself. Okay, you need to see things from other perspective. You don't, because chances of us actually be emotionally driven when we are actually handling a problem ourselves is very crucial. It's very high, because the moment we are faced with a problem, chances we might just kind of like be emotionally driven. Therefore, we let emotions take control of us, and we will handle the problem emotionally. Okay, and we don't want that to happen. All right, the last thing you want to resort to solving a problem is to solve it with emotions, with anger especially, because you start doing things that is totally out of the imaginable. And a lot of problems, a lot of crimes happen in such ways, and we don't want it to resort to such ways as well. So of course, the better way, which is why in prison or in homes, they always have rehab coming very handy. Rehabilitation from counselors, from social workers, from therapists, they help to reduce this thing, because they are open to listen to every problem they are facing, that is being faced by the clients, and then they are trained not to judge just by their exterior look. Okay. However, a lot of them also argued with me that, okay, you guys are still human beings, counselors, therapists, you guys are still human beings, you still have first impression. Yes, we still have first impression, no doubt about it. But when we handle your problem together with you, we put those differences aside, we put those judgments aside, we accept you for who you are. That's the difference. Okay, whereas sometimes when you have friends, your friends will still judge you, all right, and your friends, chances of, because your friends are not trained therapists, chances of them nagging or, you know, telling you, oh, you should have done this, that's what you should have done, nagging before they actually help you is high. Whereas counselors or therapists, they are taught, they are being trained not to actually, you know, bring back old stories before, not to actually nag on you. Okay, a lot of them says that, okay, counseling is about giving advice. I said it's not actually true. We don't give advice if the person doesn't require advice. We only give advice if that person requires one. We don't straight away, you know, listen to your problems and then we straight away give advice. That's the least we could do. That's the least expected thing that we would want to do, because I'm not here to give you advice, but I'm here to listen to what's your problem are, and then together, you and me, you know, we work things out of trying to, because at the end of the day, we have to understand this. You meet a counselor, you meet a therapist, you meet a social worker, you as an individual, you know yourself better than anyone else. So we can just be the bridging factor between you and that problem, and how you can actually cross yourself over to the positive side of that bridge, all right, without hurting yourself, without hurting your inner feelings. Okay, so what exactly am I trying to say today is that, okay, when you have a problem, it is not good to actually keep the problem. It is not good to actually just, you know, solve it alone and assuming that you know everything about that problem. And then, of course, the most unlikely source is that you let your emotions overpower you, and then I'm just afraid that, you know, it will result to other more dangerous stuff. But what's the most important thing is that it doesn't hurt to share your problems with someone else, someone who you believe will listen to every problem that you have and will not judge you, okay, as well as will help you all the way in trying to solve your problem. Okay, when an individual meets a counselor, the counselor's purpose is not to actually find a solution so much, but the counselor's purpose is to actually be there, and then together with the client, together we try to, you know, solve the problem. But if the client couldn't think of any solutions, all right, we can actually help them to actually find alternative measures, and then we can follow up on each and every measures towards what is the most appropriate measures that can be done first, then followed by the second alternative and the third alternative. All right, many people misunderstood counseling to be a person who gives advice. Okay, it's not really so. All right, there's more, you know, subtle things that we do into trying to help individuals. It's not really about giving advice. As a motivational speaker, yes, I'm giving advice most of the time, because and my advice is in the hope that I could actually convince and then also motivate you to, you know, pursue something that you really want. Okay, as an educator, right, I'm giving more knowledge, and most of the time, sometimes I also give advice. But as a counselor, yes, advice is one of the, you know, least priorities. But the most important thing is to, you know, be there for you. When I mention be there, is basically be there without any regards, all right, without judging you, without having any prejudice, without having any biasness towards you. Just be there to listen to you, all right. The most important thing is about, you know, when you share a problem with someone, you will feel that, you know, that problem is just being lifted off your chest, and that small feeling, right, really helps you to kind of like calm down for a moment, and then you will be in a much more rational position to make decisions into what type of solution should be done later on. Okay, so don't think that, you know, having a problem means you have to solve it on your own. Right? You never walk alone. I know Liverpool used that phrase. Okay, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but, you know, it's true. You never walk alone, because when you face a problem, you don't walk alone. Okay, you try to also seek help from people who you believe can help. You start off with your family members, and then your friends. That if you think that they couldn't actually, you know, assist you much, then you might want to find a reliable party who is trained in helping individuals to overcome their problems and their mishaps. Okay, as I said, this is a disclaimer. I'm not promoting my career to you guys, saying that counselors are trained and stuff like that, but there is a purpose. Everyone has a purpose in life. Counselors' purpose in life is to actually help people to overcome their social problems. And we are living in a social environment, vibrant with social medias and stuff like that. Therefore, the more we need other people around us to sustain, the more we need other people to contribute to our success. As I mentioned in my previous lectures and in my previous videos before, our success is all thanks to the contribution and the sacrifice of other people as well, not just us going through that success and then achieving that success alone. So with that's my two cents opinion about how, if you face a certain problem that is too overwhelming for you to handle, right, you can always seek help from your loved ones, and there's always help available for you to actually, handle the problem. You don't have to handle the problem yourself. Okay, get the help of friends, good friends, okay, not those sarcastic ones, right? Get the help of friends who are reliable, who you can trust. Of course, family members first, and then friends, and then start off. If you still couldn't find a certain type of solution after consulting them, then your next phase is always handy to approach social workers, therapists, or counselors for help. All right, remember, therapy, counseling is not just for the sick and for the problematic people, it's for everyone. All right, so feel free to seek help from any people that you can trust, and I can assure you that the problem solving could be much easier when you have more people alongside with you fighting for the same goal, which is to solve your problem. So that's me talking to you about, you don't have to solve your problem alone. Catch me on my other videos, which talk about more self issues as well as problems, or more self-help motivational videos for you guys to enjoy. And hugs and kisses from my online motivation team. And today, me, Hilman Basri, signing out. I'll see you again in my other videos. Thank you and goodbye.
What you want?